What's up guys, Boss here, and in today's video we're going to be playing some top ladder again with this Giant Skeleton Royal Hog mirror deck. So this is easily one of the most broken decks in the game, and it's one of the only decks that doesn't have a champion. So I made a video, on this deck I think about a week ago, and I decided to do it again because it's just so strong. I mean, the Zappies and Giant Skeleton are going to be so good on defense. Giant Skeleton, one of the best cards in the game right now. Fisherman as well for some nice King Tower activations or to pull things away from the Royal Hogs or the Giant Skelly. And then the Ghost is just going to be a really good support card. Same with the Mother Witch. And this deck is very similar to RG. I haven't decided if this is going to be my main ladder deck for this season or if RG will be, because as you can tell, they have a lot of overlapping cards. Both of them, Giant Skeleton Ghost and Fisherman, of course, so similar cards in it, like I said. So right now, we're currently 122nd in the world right now. Before we head in the first match, if you guys would like to support me, you can use my creator code BOSS in any Supercell game. Thank you guys who do that. But yeah, with that being said, let's get into the first game here and see if we can push up into the top 100. Alright, so we found our first match here against this Japanese player. So Zappies are one of the only cards in this deck that's pretty safe to cycle first play of a game. So if he's not going to do anything in the next couple seconds, we can go ahead and just split Zappies in the back, and it's going to force a response out of him. So we can go for a Cannon Cart. So Cannon Cart is not used in a lot of things, but if I had to, take a guess at what he's running, it's probably Mortar. If it's not Mortar, it's probably Bait. It's one of those two things. And yep, it's going to be Mortar or Bait. I guess we don't know which one yet, but... oh, okay. Mortar, yep. Alright, so that was kind of a pretty interesting defense, but luckily that Mortar stayed distracted and we ended up preventing almost all of the damage, so I'm fine with that. We'll just Giant Skeleton the Miner because we're almost full on Elixir, and his guards are out of cycle, and with his guards being out of cycle, that means he's likely going to have to commit something expensive to take out the Giant Skeleton. Yep, Cannon Cart, and he might even have to play something else. Let's see. Maybe that's enough. I don't know for sure. Yeah, it will be enough, it looks like. I'm going to actually go ahead and mirror the Giant Skeleton in the back. Just because now Cannon Cart is out of rotation, he's going to have to play something else, and it might be something that dies to arrows, so we're going to get some pretty good value, potentially. Unless he's got Minion Horde, then we have to be really careful about what we drop our arrows on. So that was a smart Mortar on his end. He ended up distracting the Fisherman. That was a great play by him. Pig's there to prevent that Mortar from locking on our tower, so that was good as well. So that was, yeah, those were really good Royal Hogs by me. Look at how much damage they're getting, and with his Mortar, being used already, he had nothing for them. I'm surprised, though, he didn't play something else, maybe a Fireball or something. Perhaps he doesn't have a Fireball, and he just has Log as his spell. I guess we'll find out soon enough. So Defensive Miner has to come out from him. That's really good for us. Typically when someone goes in for a Defensive Miner, they don't want to do it, it's just they had to. It was their only option. So that Dark Gob is going to get some damage. I'm not too concerned about that, to be honest, because he already did some in the other lane. And I feel like if playing into him is good for us, because we're using a heavier deck, so I don't mind him getting more damage in the same lane we're going for, if that makes sense. So splitting Hogs are going to be great with this deck, and yeah, as you can see, that worked out tremendously, and he already gave up, and he is incredibly salty right now as well. Probably not a bad matchup at all. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a Minion Horde, because if he does, that would explain why he just didn't play it, because he probably knew what we were running. So I'm going to check. I'm kind of curious, did he have Minion Horde or not? Because oftentimes people running a Cannon Cart deck with Mortar, they usually have Minion Horde. So we'll take a look and see what he had. Either way, like, even if he had Bats, it would still be decent, because Mother Witch is so good against the Bats, just spawning all those piggies. So let's take a look, and sure enough, he had a Minion Horde, but guess what, it's a useless card in the matchup, so he didn't even play it. Okay, we found our next match here against this Korean player, so we got Ghost and Cycle, Giant Skeleton, and Fisherman. So last time I played against this guy, he was using Electro Giant, but it looks like he's using something completely different, because we see an Ice Golem come out from him. Could be Bridge Spam or Balloon. That's my best guess. I guess I didn't need it. You know what? It's okay, because I think he's using Ram Rider, and we have enough to play a Fisherman, so he can't go Ram Rider. We're fine. I was a little worried for a second, because I was like, oh, is he just going to spam me now, because I overcommitted? But he can't, because I just activate the King Tower with the Fisherman. He might soon, but as of now, he can't. Okay, so our arrows get little to no value in this matchup, which is pretty disappointing. I guess we could go arrows to hit a bunch of things that are next to each other, and it does deal a lot to the magic archers, so I guess we got that going for us, but that's kind of about it. So we're going to go Mother Witch here. I guess I'll just go Zappies, and then if he fireballs them, I'll mirror. That should be fine. Yeah, we're going to do this for sure, I guess. I think it's pretty good play. Or we might have to do that a lot this match, since... Ooh. Let's go Royal Hogs here, because he just used his Fireball. He doesn't have that in cycles, so he's going to have to spend quite a lot. We should be getting some good damage here. Yeah, that was pretty good. Nice. So this time, he learned his lesson and didn't Fireball. That was definitely the right decision by him. I'm going to go Giant Skeleton. We should be able to defend this with, hopefully, not too much of an issue. If that Zappy stays alive. Yes, it does. Let's go. That's really nice. I think we go Royal Hogs here in the other lane. And then... Okay, so... I'm going to arrow this. That'll kill the Magic Archer, damage the Inferno Drag as well. I'm going to go Zappies here. And then hope we don't lose. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. He's going to get some good damage, but not going to be anything too crazy. Fisherman slows down the tower. Hopefully we can get a lot of damage with the pigs. Yeah, we will. Let's just cycle a Mother Witch here, I guess. Is that going to activate the King Tower? We did too much damage to the... Probably a bad Ram Rider, because he didn't support it with anything, so we can easily defend it. Well, right as I say that, he actually dealt some damage. Okay, luckily Zappies are OP against Ram Rider, so we're able to stay alive in that situation. Okay. I think that's worth, because now it's in double arrow range. And he needs to Fireball. He can't Fireball the Zappies. That should be GG. Yeah, we got it. Just arrows, and that's over. Let's go. I didn't know how that match was going to go because, well, obviously the deck he's running pretty off meta. Usually there's only a couple people who run that at the top, so I've never played that matchup before. Definitely an interesting one, but as you can see, once you get into double and triple elixir, it's a lot more manageable for you because they're not going to be able to outcycle you as easily, and you can build in, you know, those massive pushes, split lane pushes with the pigs so they can't fireball everything, and we were able to get the job done. Alright guys, we found our next game, and we're against Aaron Yeager. Let's go. This is the guy from Attack on Titan. Alright, so... let's see if this guy wants to do anything. We don't have our Zappies in cycle, so I don't know if I want to make the starting play, but... I guess we could probably... we could maybe just go Royal Hogs or cycle Ghost, because if he's waiting this long, he probably doesn't have Drill, so it's going to be pretty safe to just cycle Ghost, I think, in the corner. So we'll go ahead and do that now. He's going to go Golden Knight. That doesn't really tell us much about what he's using yet. I mean, it could be a few different things. It's a pretty versatile card, after all. It could be used in, You know, E-Giant could be used in, well, it could be Golem now that we see the baby drag. A couple different things it could be. I'm gonna go Royal Hogs, actually. That Fisherman stayed alive, so let's just do it. See what he's got. Oh, let's go Royal Hogs like this, mirror them. He's not going to expect it, and this is going to be so annoying, because his Barb Barrel's out of cycle, he had to overcommit just to kill the Mother Witch, and look at how much damage those are going to do. Yeah, quite a lot. They literally took out, you know, like, like 3/4 of his tower. And then we just go Giant Skeleton to defend everything. It's as simple as that. He actually would have been better off not playing that Cannon Cart, because all that did was give my Giant Skeleton more value. If he didn't play the Cannon Cart, I still would have had to go Giant Skeleton. The only difference is he would have had 5 more Elixir, which means he could have gone Golem in the back. So, that was a pretty, ended up being a pretty costly mistake by him. He might have not realized it at the time, but yeah. And defending the Golem is ridiculously easy with this deck. Or at least it should be, because, I mean, you have Zappies, you have Mirror, so you can just mirror the Zappies, and then you got Giant Skeleton as well, so you pretty much, like, have everything you possibly need, and then when they Golem in the back, you can just pressure the other lane. Because he used his Baby Drag, so he doesn't have that splash available. We're going to go for Zappies here, and look at how much damage we did to the other tower. Like, if he takes our tower, it literally doesn't even matter. We just go Giant Skeleton to block everything, and the Zappies should clean up the Golem with the help of, a Fisherman if I need it. I don't know if I'm actually going to go for a Fisherman. I guess we'll see. Yeah, I guess we don't even need it. We can just focus on the right. And yeah, we just have to defend for the next, you know, not very long. And we should be fine. I didn't know how much time there was, so I just said not very long. And yeah, as you can see, he is laughing. Not a happy camper right now. I mean, I don't blame him. Like, you are not breaking through Giant Skeleton Zappies when you're running Golem, and it doesn't even matter what spell they have, because if they have a Lightning, it doesn't do anything, and if they don't even have a Lightning, it doesn't matter. They're still not going to do anything. It doesn't matter what spell. I mean, even if they're running Golem Clone, you have arrows, so quite a good counter to Golem. In our next one here against Star Storm, so let's see what this guy's got here. So, he's not doing anything. I'm going to cycle arrows. Giant Skeleton, okay. Let's go Ghost at the bridge in the other lane, and we'll see how he chooses to respond. I'm going to do this. I know that we... Okay, this is going to be really difficult, because I think he has Bomb Tower. So this will for sure be a pretty hard counter, but maybe we have a chance. It'll be really hard, though. If he uses Bomb Tower right now... Okay. If we mirror the Hogs, we need to hope we get a ton of damage. We need to get at least 1,000 damage here. If we don't get at least 1,000 damage, or like even 1,500, I think we're going to lose. Okay, so you just spent 4 Elixir, 6 Elixir, 7... Okay, that's a respectable amount of damage. Still a really bad situation, though. And yeah, it sucks he's got Bomb Tower. I knew he had Bomb Tower when I saw the Musk in the balloon, because usually the building's going to be Bomb Tower. And that is obviously a direct answer to our Royal Hogs. I do kind of regret doing the defense I did, though. I think I probably could have, instead of waiting to play the Fisherman, I could have just Fisherman the Giant Skeleton into the other lane, which would have allowed me to play the Zappies quicker. And then if I did that, we could have, of course, maybe prevented a balloon hit, because I don't think the King activation is that beneficial for us, unfortunately. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. At least the Giant Skelly is kind of tanking for... Oh, this might be something here. Look at all these pigs. They just got destroyed, though. Praying that this balloon can't break through here. I mean, it's probably at least going to get death damage, right? Like, we can probably... Oh, he used his bomb tower. I mean... Okay, hold on. If he can't get back to the bomb tower... Oh, no. Oh, dear. I think that's it. I think that's probably GG. Oh, he... That's it. Close. That was so hard because of the bomb tower. Yeah. I didn't play anything else there because I knew he would just cycle. Yeah, he even gave us the well played because I think he knew he had a hard counter and we made it pretty close. So I'm pretty happy with how I played that. That was a tough one. Definitely fine showing that matchup because I think, like, yeah, it was pretty hard. We made it pretty close, and we could have probably had a slightly better start. We maybe could have prevented one of the balloon hits instead of going for that king activation. That might have been a smarter play, and who knows, we might have been able to win the game if we did that because it ended up being pretty close in the end. But either way, I'll see you guys when we find the next one. All right, we found our last match here against this Japanese player. So I'm pretty sure this guy uses a very off-meta bait deck. It's the one with Furnace and Bowler, I believe, but he's got Minion Horde, which we have arrows for, so this should be a pretty solid matchup for us, I would say. At least I would assume so, anyway. Because typically, anytime you have arrows and the opponent has Minion Horde, normally you have a good matchup. There are some exceptions, but that's what I would say most of the time. So we're going to arrow the Minion Horde. Let's see if he decides to mirror the Minion Horde. Okay, he doesn't. He's smart, because he knows that we have mirror too, probably. Now, here's the thing, right? We can't go, I think, for the mirrored pigs, because he's got Fireball. Unless he cycles something else, then we could immediately after, so we'll see if he does that. If he cycles anything, I'm just going to go pigs. Mirrored at the bridge, 100%. In fact, even if he doesn't, I might still do it, because what it's going to do, it's going to force him to have to Fireball it, and we're actually going to get more damage, because... If you didn't know, even though you might think, well, why would we get more damage? Because if he's mirroring the Fireball and I'm mirroring the pigs, well, it's because the pigs have more health, right? So even though the Fireball's doing more damage, the tower's doing less damage to the pigs, which means as a result, your mirrored pigs are actually going to be getting more damage than the regular pigs, even if they counter it the same way. So that's kind of like a fun fact if you guys didn't know that. Anyway, so... Let's just go for a giant skeleton on top of the rascals, I guess, and then go from there, see what he wants to do. You're going to take quite a lot of damage from those zappies, okay. So let's go, okay, yeah, let's go Royal Hogs. He's going to fireball those, and he did just use his mirror, so... We could actually play the Royal Hogs again. Might wait momentarily just for the that rascal boy to move up, and then we can go split pigs like that. Go for a ghost here. And yeah, this is, like, I would say hard for him because, like, his Minion Horde's a dead card in this matchup, right? So it makes it quite difficult. Ooh, he mirrored the bowler. I didn't expect him to do that. I guess it was very good. I stuck with my giant skeleton in the right lane. That was a good call on my end. Okay, he might firewall this. I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, let's do this. I don't know what he's going to counter it with, because I think, yeah, I was going to say he didn't have his fireball in cycle. So that was pretty cool, I think. Guess we can get the king activated. Oh, that was a good... Wow, that was a good fireball by him. That was actually a really good play, I have to admit. Like I think he just prevented the king activation. Either that or I messed up my fisherman placement. Either one of those, I suppose, was what happened. Ooh, nice. That's going to be loads of damage. I think he didn't realize that that bowler was going to get pulled. So obviously we can arrow this. And I think we're going to mirror the pigs here for sure. Just to make things annoying for him. Okay, he mirrors the log. Oh, and he can't... Uh-oh. Well, he just fireballed nothing. I don't know what he was trying to predict, but yeah, that's going to be GG. I think pretty easy matchup. That guy's honestly kind of a beast with that deck. Like, he's very, very good with it. I actually recently added him on my friends list. He's insane with that deck. I think he even finished, like, wow, yeah, 46 with it. I think he managed to do that a few months ago. So, you know, huge respect to him. I do think Furnace definitely deserves a buff. It's pretty bad after the Fire Spirit nerf, I have to say. Even in a deck with Mirror, it's quite weak. So, yeah, that is going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did end up enjoying it. There were a couple losses I didn't show because, kind of like similar to that Bomb Tower game, well, they were really tough matchups, and they weren't even close at all, so they weren't, you know, great matches to show. One of them was to Sparky. Sparky's one of the hardest counters to this deck. In case you guys are wondering, like, what counters this deck, Sparky does. So maybe I'll make another video on Sparky soon, because it will maybe help you guys, you know, figure out a deck in this meta that can actually beat this, because there aren't too many of them, except maybe Sparky, Bomb Tower. Oh, yeah, one of the things I just lost to was literally another... a Bomb Tower Valk deck, so even worse than the Bomb Tower deck I played against a little while ago, because that guy just had, you know, Bomb Tower, but that guy, the Japanese player, had Valk 2 with it, so that was, like, pretty much impossible. Anyway, make sure to like the video if you guys did end up enjoying it, subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already, and thanks again, until next time, guys.